Breaking news, y'all. NBA star Ben Simmons has turned down a deal from the New York Knicks. They offered him a one-year contract at some point this offseason, according to NBA insider Mark Stein, who reports that the free agent point guard passed on that proposal. On top of this, man, Ben Simmons' agent, he didn't get fired. He basically relieved himself from being Ben Simmons' agent, and now we know why. Ben Simmons got offered a deal, probably his last opportunity to ever play in the NBA again, and Ben Simmons didn't want to do it. So it's safe to say that at 29 years old, Ben Simmons is pretty much retired, right? Let me read y'all this article. Shout out the Hoop Rumors. I'm going to read y'all this article from their website. It says, due to their proximity to a hard cap, the Knicks aren't able to offer more than the veteran's minimum to any free agent. So it's safe to assume that that's their offer to Ben Simmons. According to Stein, the former #1 overall pick remains hopeful of signing a contract worth more than the minimum. Simmons, who's 29, was the NBA's Rookie of the Year in 2018. He's made 3 All-Star teams from 2019 to 21 and was the Defensive Player of the Year runner-up in 2021. One of the NBA's best passers and defenders earlier in his career, he signed a maximum salary rookie scale extension in 2019 that ran from 2020 to 2025. He was brought out of that deal this February before signing with the Clippers for the rest of the season. Multiple back injuries have slowed down Simmons in recent years, and his offensive numbers have fallen off where he has been healthy enough to play. While he never was much of a shooter, the former LSU standout was more willing to attempt field goals earlier in his career. His shot attempts per 36 minutes have declined in every single one of his seasons, from 13.2 in 2017 to 7.2, holy shit, to 2024-2025 season. Although he accepted a rest of season minimum deal with the Clippers in February, Simmons seems to be struggling to come to terms with the idea that he's now being considered a minimum salary player. As Jake Fisher detailed in the latest Bleacher Report live stream, indicated that agent Bernie Lee, who is Ben Simmons' agent, has parted ways with Simmons, and that the 3-time All-Star isn't 100% sure if he wants to continue playing. According to Stein, the Knicks and the Celtics are the teams that expressed the most interest in Simmons this summer. Boston would likely also be capped at a minimum salary offering due to the team's proximity to tax options. Listen, man, Ben Simmons, Ben Bussy Simmons, I gotta call you that because you a bitch. You need to retire, bro. It's over. It's over. Like, why would Ben Simmons expect anything more than the veteran's minimum? You barely play. You've barely played for the past 3 seasons, right? You had a back injury, got surgery, came back and complained about the same back injury. Ben Simmons, you have robbed the NBA for over $200 million, bro. Ben Simmons at 29 years old has already made $200 million in the NBA, y'all. Would y'all believe that? Would y'all believe that if I told y'all that? The man has made $200 million in the NBA at 29 years old. And he's barely played, bro. He's barely played. He's barely played. Excuse me, he's made over $100 million. Excuse me. He's made over $100 million. Robbed the 76ers. Robbed the Brooklyn Nets. Robbed the Los Angeles Clippers. You should like Ben Simmons, like at this point in your career, if any team even gives you a chance, you have to prove yourself, bro. You have to show the NBA that you actually want to play. You actually want to help your team win. You went from taking 17 shot attempts to set. Like, bro, you don't even take more than 10 shot attempts in an entire game. Ben Simmons, at one point in time, bro, you were looked at as the second coming of LeBron James. When Ben Simmons came out of LSU, bro, you were heavily compared to LeBron James. We knew you had a bad jump shot, but LeBron James had a bad jump shot when he first came into the NBA. But he worked on it. He continued to shoot, and he became a decent three-point shooter. Ben Simmons, you don't try to shoot at all. The only thing you do in your prime, you were damn near unguardable in the paint. You can get to the paint, dunk, and lay up and get to the free throw line at will. You had that playoff series while you was on the Sixers against the Atlanta Hawks where they kept fouling you because you were a bad free throw shooter to the point where you started passing up layups. You stand right next to the rim. You don't even want to dunk it or lay it up because you don't want to get fouled and go to the free throw line and miss your free throws. Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers call you out for being a bitch and you want to get in your feelings. You want to show up to practice with your cell phone in your pocket to the point where Doc Rivers kicked you out of practice. Then you pretty much told the team, oh, well, you know what? I'm not going to play basketball until y'all trade me. Then you go to the Brooklyn Nets. Now you on the same team as Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, right? And you playing like dog shit. You're not trying to score. You just passing the ball. You're not dunking no more. You ain't hitting no post-up shots. Then all of a sudden you got injuries. Now all of a sudden you got back problems. You feel me? You sit out a whole season, come back the next season. You know what pisses me off about Ben Simmons? What pisses me off about Ben Simmons is every year before the NBA, he posts videos of him training in the offseason, shooting threes, doing post-up jump shots, dunking on niggas. And then when the season starts, he don't do none of that shit. Only thing he do is pass the ball. The only thing we can say positive about Ben Simmons is he's a tremendous passer. Even right now, he can easily play for any 30 teams in the NBA and get you 5 to 10 assists a game if you put him in the starting lineup. But the man don't try to score the ball no more, bruh. He's either trying to do an alley-hoop dunk or he trying to do a layup. That's it. Don't shoot threes. Don't shoot mid-range jumpers. The man don't even take 10 shot attempts anymore in the game, bro. And you have the audacity to turn down a veteran's minimum contract from the New York Knicks. Ben Simmons, you could have took this deal with the New York Knicks and you could have had the opportunity to go to the NBA Finals and win a championship. And guess what? If you come off the bench and you actually contribute at 29 years old, because you're still young, you can work yourself into getting another multi-year contract. But for some strange reason, you feel like you're worth more than a veteran minimums contract. Guys, let's pull up Ben Simmons' numbers. Let's pull up Ben Bussy Simmons' numbers these past couple of years, y'all. Last year, finishing the season on the Clippers, the man averaged 2.9 points per game, 3.1 assists, and 3.8 rebounds. The year before on the Brooklyn Nets, he averaged 6.2 points per game, 6.9 assists, 5.2 rebounds. The year before on the Brooklyn Nets, he averaged 6.1 points per game, 5.7 assists, 7.9 rebounds. The year before on the Brooklyn Nets, he averaged 6.9 points per game, 6.1 assists per game, 6.3 rebounds per game. His last year on the Philadelphia 76ers, he averaged 14 points per game, 6.9 assists per game, 7.2 rebounds per game. So Ben Simmons, he hasn't even averaged at least 10 points per game since his final season with the Philadelphia 76ers. So that final season with the 76ers, where he kept getting fouled and going to the free throw line when Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers called him out for not being aggressive on offense, that's what stole Ben Simmons' confidence. That's what caused Ben Simmons to lose his superpowers as being a basketball player. You went from being one of the best two-way guards in the entire league. I remember I seen a clip of Ben Simmons locking down Dwayne Wade his first couple of years on the 70s. Ben Simmons used to be a very physical player, bro. Extremely aggressive on defense. Nigga used to be dunking on everybody, laying up on everybody, getting to the free throw line. Ben Simmons even used to do post-up jump shots. But that final year on the 76ers, when the entire world realized that you were a bitch, you never were the same. How could you just average 2.9 points per game coming off the bench? And you think you're worth more than a veteran's minimum? Ben Simmons, have you lost your fucking mind? Are you on drugs? You better go take your ass to Ice Cube's Big 3 league and go play there. Maybe you'll get more than a veteran's minimum in that league. You know what I'm saying? Go to the Big 3. So that's my thoughts on this, man. I think Ben Simmons should be blackballed from the NBA. I think Ben Simmons should be calling Kaepernick from the NBA because he's a clown. He's robbed the NBA of over $100 million, bro. I can't believe there's even one team that would actually offer this guy a contract. I'm disgusted at that. I'm disgusted with the New York Knicks organization. That lets me know that the New York Knicks organization, they're desperate. They're desperate. That's my thoughts on this, man. It's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.